This just in.
Feeling groggy in the morning? Coffee just can't give you that pep in the step that you're looking for? Try Pop Starts for that great get up and go that adults need. Pop Starts has the vitamin and nutrients that only grown-ups can partake in, and with flavors such as tossed salad and scrambled eggs, and Jack Daniels and Bud Light flavors to start your day or end it. There's nothing better to wake up to unless you count that depressing cubicle job. Well, anyway, try Pop Starts today. Pop Starts is not part of the Kellogg's Corporation. Pop Starts could give you diarrhea. Pop Starts are not found in your local grocery store.
In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. Welcome back. It is your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in. This is Blurred's Eye View. I hope you guys are having a good start of the week anyway. And if this is your first time here, show your love on the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are almost there with those hours. Help the crew out. Help the crew out. Also, you can check us out on Always Press Record TV. That's APR TV on your Roku and Amazon devices. Also, you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, including Apple, iHeart, and Spotify. Yeah, there, and all the other places, including Be On Air, the Be On Air network. So shout out to the Ohio Media Schools, or OMS, as they like to be known now. Shout out to them. But without further ado, you know what? Let's bring my brother in. Navy.
What's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
Sir, I am magnificent.
So who do we have today for those who are in the lost or not in the know?
For those who know, of course, they call me the Games Master for a reason. So this is a colossal piece in the game Hero Clicks. This is Dormammu, y'all. I got me my Dormammu, man.
I like to know him as Sir Benedict Cumberbatch II. For those who don't know, he did the voice for Dormammu on Doctor Strange as well.
Yes.
So
yes. I'm happy to have that. So what's going on, brother?
No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I fell asleep at work.
Trust me, it's been some changes in my life for the past week since Thursday. Yeah, a lot has changed with me since Thursday.
Man, we got my second in command in the building. Lady Margot. She's always fashionably late. She's just
my gosh.
We can't leave until all weapons are checked. That's just what it is. That's just what it is.
She would not let me do Sunday night with her anymore. Boy, we were insane.
Oh, y'all were on one. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
We have the 2023 winner of the Children's BlurredCon cosplay contest in the building. It's Logan and her father.
Hey. Hi.
The cinematic assassin.
Oh my gosh, we got a celebrity here. Oh my gosh, you are so adorable. I want your autograph when I meet you. I don't worry about your dad. I want to I don't care about your dad. Yeah. He's all right.
And our connect, our very own Tafari TV in the building.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, the other celebrity. Yay. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get your autograph.
Celebrity has a bone to pick with whoever just dropped off my brother's DoorDash order. I don't know if I'm more offended that they got the order wrong, or whatever sick F word out there likes to get their Dr. Pepper with a shot of Hershey's chocolate in it.
What?
Whoa.
Yes. He came in and was like, "You want a sip?" And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to deal with this by myself." So whoever you are, 30,000 lashes. I hope you are locked in a cage.
30,000.
I want my
reparations of the world. You got some.
My reparations will come directly from your paycheck, whoever you are.
What the ham sandwich? No.
We have a special guest in the building with us tonight, but before we show him, before we bring him on board, I want to show you a clip or his trailer from Blood at the Root. It's something we've always talked about, right? It's something we've always talked about. And here we go.
Baby, sometimes you got to get to the root of things.
I don't know anymore.
He's reckless.
100 years and you still know how to hold a grudge.
Resilience is a form of magic that's in our blood, child, and that's something they ain't gonna never take away. You hear me?
Man,
Ladarrion Williams is in the
that's that
building.
mama face with the let's go. Let's go.
Oh wow, that was amazing that y'all were able to show that.
It was amazing we got to see it. Are you kidding me? Yo, that was DOPE, sir.
We do our best to keep our guests in the know of everyone. So number one, that's what brought me in the first place. I had been following you for quite a while, and the tagline is, you know, what if you had Harry Potter, but it was an HBCU type thing? And here it is. We have Blood of the Root, and this is something we've always talked about here at this panel: is where's our magical realms? Where's our stories? Where's our roots? And you've turned this into a novel.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I'm ready to talk about it. I turned it in. Obviously, the novel wasn't the original plan. I actually wrote it as this was like back in 2020, like right when things started shutting down. Not starting, it did shut down for the entire year. But so I wrote it as a TV script. So because I was just, I started binging again when we were all locked in the house. So I was like binging, of course, like the Moeshas and the Parkers and everything else. And then I was binging.
Why not?
Right. But I was starting to binge like a lot of the obviously Harry Potter and like the Vampire Diaries and the originals. And I was just like, just rewatching all those shows. And I was just like, man, like I wish we have something kind of like that, but for us. And so I tweeted. I said, man, what if Harry Potter went to an HBCU? And like the tweet went viral and like it blew up and people were like, oh my God, like what? Like we've been wanted that. We want to be Harry Potter. We want to be Slytherin and Gryffindor. We want to be all of that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I saw that there was a need for it. I was like, okay, well, I'm a writer. So Toni Morrison said, like, if there's a story out there that you want to see, you need to write it, right? Mm-hmm. And so I put pen to paper and I created like this, I just created this pilot script about this kid getting accepted into a magical HBCU. And so I rewatched like Stomp the Yard. I rewatched all these others like Drumline and all of this. And so I was like, okay, let me have that, but with magic and Black people are like in the South and like everybody's getting accepted. So I wrote a full pilot script. And from there I was like, okay, well, I want to shoot a short film or a trailer or something. And obviously I didn't have the funds at the time. So after I wrote the pilot script and studios and networks started seeing the tweets and like the posters that I was posting about it. And they were like, hey, we would love to meet with you. And I was like, okay. And so we met, and then I sent them the script, and there was this one particular big network. A lot of people don't like them now because they changed their names, but
as long as it ain't Tubi, we fine. As long as it ain't
Tubi. So they was like, yeah, we love the script, man. Like, but we want to see something. We want to see like a concept trailer. I was like, okay, I don't have the money to do that, and everything is shut down. Like nobody's really working like that. But then I think randomly when I opened Twitter, like this one girl asked me like, hey, what's your Cash App? I would love to support that idea. And then when she asked, that started like a chain of reaction. Like people were like, okay, yeah, I'll donate $5 here, I'll donate $20, and then this one dude donated like $300. And he was like from Canada, and like then I start have people from UK donating, and so I eventually got enough money to kind of like I said, okay, well I got enough money to make a trailer. And so I called up my friends. We did a table read of the script, and I was like, y'all, I know we shut down. I promise we won't get sick. There will be masks, there will be hand sanitizers if we can find some.
Dip your hands in this bleach just for the
right.
Just don't drink it. I think we're Gucci, okay?
Oh gosh, yeah. And so they were like, yeah, we down. Like they love the concept, they love the idea, and they saw that I was very passionate about this story. And so I hired a cinematographer, I hired a sound person through Twitter, and then we were like, okay, let's shoot it. And so we shot it around LA. And on the first night of shooting, we shot at this gas station somewhere in Inglewood. It was like an Arco. He was cool. The guy was cool. And so we shot it there. And the cinematographer was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a short film. And I was like, brother, I don't have that much money for an entire short film. So we don't have to do what we have to do. And so he was like, look, we'll make do. And so me and my friends, we literally shot the entire film all over Inglewood, and all over North Hollywood, and then we tried to cheat it to make it look like we were in New Orleans, which was very, very difficult. And after that, we completed the short film, and then I was like, okay, I got a whole 25-minute short film, and we put it out, and people were inviting when they was like, yes. And, I put it out on my birthday, December 3rd, 2020, and we shot it around October. Yeah, so
yeah. Yeah,
Sagittarius season. Yeah. So we shot it then, and then I sent it back to the executive, the Hollywood executive. I said, hey, I did what you asked me to, and I would love to set up a meeting to try to, get you to buy the show. To this day, I've never heard from that executive ever again. I don't know if they got, Hollywood. Hollywood is on Hollywood.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hollywood's going to Hollywood.
I don't know what happened. I've never heard from him ever again. And so I had the script, and then I had this short film, and I was posting it everywhere, and I was trying to get it to go viral every time I posted, and it was just so difficult. And after that, I was like, okay, well, I got this viral short film, I got this viral script. Like, let me try to get an agent, a Hollywood agent to rep me. Nobody wanted to rep me. They were saying, this is great, but we're not really connecting with the main character, or we don't see this as marketable. And then I ended up getting more meetings at other networks and studios, and they kept telling me the same thing. Like, yeah, it's not really marketable. This is something we're looking for, but this particular story is not that marketable. I was like, okay.
In other words, what?
Bruh, man, the napkins keep covering shit. What the hell?
Complexion for the protection for the collection.
Exactly. Yeah, so because what I really wanted was this to be literally for Black people. Like, we are reclaiming our magic, because when Lovecraft came out, that's something like clicked in me. Like, that's what really, seeing that. I remember the Tulsa episode, and that was just so powerful.
Episode 9. Oh
yes, Johnny Smollett's character walking literally through fire, and like she has the book in her arms, and we normally don't get to be taught about Tulsa, and so I was very interested in diving into our history a little bit more, and through that and reworking the script, because you got to rewrite, like that's the nature of writing. I was like, okay, I want to put in the Haitian Revolution, I want to put in Black people time traveling, and they're casting spells, and like all of this stuff. And so with that, I was feeling very depressed about it just wasn't going anywhere. I think people on social media got tired of me posting the same trailer over and over and over. And it felt like the hype kind of died down a little bit. And I was like, man, I'm trying to keep this momentum going. And it just felt like I was doing it by myself. Like my friends were like there and supportive, but like, actors, they do something, they go on to the next project, because also it's the pandemic. So I was like, okay. I was talking to my friend, and it was like, hey, like, I think you should turn this story into a book, like, because you always loved books. And And I was like, no. And, this was during the riots and George Floyd, and it was a lot of racial tension.
The burn.
There was a lot of going on. And I was very radical in my thinking as far as like, this is when I was really like radical in my thinking. I was like, I don't want to see Black men being killed or shot by police or dealing with racism in this type of story. And I knew for a fact that publishing was not going to like that, because at the time, publishing was only producing books that if they had a Black boy lead specifically, they were only dealing with police brutality. That was their story, and then they died by the last page of the book. And so I kind of put it off for a little bit, and just like a year later, I was just this story wouldn't leave me alone. And like, Malik wouldn't leave me alone, who is my main character, and like this world just kept growing and growing in my mind. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll try to write it as a book, because I do remember reading books when I was in high school. I was in high school when the YA boom was like it started booming. Like, there was Hunger Games, Twilight, and Divergent.
Yeah.
We had to go when the movie dropped back then. You had to wait till like 12 o'clock at night on a school night to go.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the era. And I love those movies, and we grew up on them, but I just got tired of not seeing me. Like, I got tired of not seeing my friends, on there, getting to have the adventures and getting to have the love stories, right? And like they always have the dystopian stories, but they were always with the white lead. I was like, I don't know if the white girl will be saving the world during a dystopian society. I don't know.
I can't depend on a girl with a Stanley Cup trying to save the world.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And so I went to Barnes and Noble because I wanted to pick up reading, because I stopped reading for that reason. So I went to Barnes and Noble here in Burbank, and I asked the clerk. I was like, hey, I'm just getting back into reading. Like, can you help me like pick out some books? And so we went to the YA section. I was like, I'm looking for books with like Black boys on the cover, and I don't want them to really be dealing with racism right now. She's like, yeah, sure. And she went up and down, like she was looking up and down. And the YA section is pretty big, but at the end of the day, it's pretty small. So we went to the YA fantasy section, and then she was looking up and down. I was looking up and down, and she was like, oh, what about this book? I was like, yeah, I like that. Like, I want to support that book, but I just don't want to deal with police brutality right now, because it's in our faces every day on social media. Right. I just don't want to deal with it. And she kept looking up and down, and I looked up and down, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she was like, huh, like there's really not books with young black boys in the YA fantasy section that don't really deal with racism and police brutality and get killed and be pushed to the side to help the white main character realize their dreams and their purpose in life. And so that's when I was like, okay, with my friend telling me, and then with that, I was like, okay, I gotta write this as a book. And I locked myself in my apartment for 12 days and wrote the first draft of the book of Blood at the Root. And that from there, adapting it from the script to a book, I had to create more characters. I had to build out the world a lot more, because with the pilot script, you can only go so far into the story. And technically, Act 1 of the book is the pilot script. So I had to build out the college and the classes and the curriculum. And so I had a first draft, in 12 days. And I was like, okay, I'm going to self-publish it. I was like, I'm going to self-publish it, because publishing just don't want stories with black boys as the magical character. And I hired an editor. She's a black woman. Her name is Margot Weston. And she's from Louisiana. We still talk to this day. And when we were working together, she was like, Ladarrion, she was like, this book is too good. She was like, I know you want to self-publish, but you need the engine behind you to really, really help you get this book out there. And I was like, Margot, no, I'm good. I'm not trying to have that heartbreak. Hollywood already broke my heart with this story. I can't have publishing break my heart too. So we kept working on it. She kept saying, look, publishing needs this story. Like, she was on the same front as I was. She was like, there's really not a lot of books with black boy main characters in the YA fantasy. I said, okay, this was like March. This was like around April, May 2022. And 2021, sorry, 2021, April, May 2021. And I went on query. So I started querying agents around May. And for those that don't know, querying is just you send a cover letter and about your book and like a little bit of like a sample to agents. And I was getting rejections from like the very first hour that I sent emails out to for literally. I was getting rejections in the morning, late at night, and they were saying the same thing that Hollywood producers were saying. We like it, but we can't really connect to the main character, or it's not really marketable for us right now. And I was being petty. I was sending every single rejection to my friend Mark. I was like, see, I told you, I'm going to self-publish this. And she's like, just keep going. And then we're going to rework the first 50 pages. We're going to rework the first 100 pages. And so we did that. And then around May or June, I got an offer for representation. And I was like, oh, okay. That's cool. Okay. And when you get an offer for a representation, that's when it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. Like the tables turn. Now they have to convince you to sign with them because now they see value into your work. And so I said, okay. And typically when you're getting an offer, you have to let every single querying agent know that you queried, hey, I got an offer of representation. Hurry up, because you only got so many days to make a decision. That's typical. That's a typical thing in the industry. And so I was getting, agents was dropping out. They was like, yeah, we're good. No, I'm good. And I ended up getting 2 more offers from agents, and I had to spend like 2 weeks in like July, August to kind of make a decision. And then I currently signed with my agent now, who we're still together, is Peter Knapp at Park and Fine Literary. He took a chance on Blood at the Root, and he really believed in my vision. Is to showcase Black boys and the complexity of Black boyhood through the lens of magic. And he really understood it. He really supported it. And so I signed with him August. Yeah, that was August 2021. And then we got to work. Right after, we started editing the book to get it ready to submit it to publishers, and that's a whole nother feat. And so from like August to the next year, just rewriting the book, and letting it grow and meeting more characters and getting the draft right. We went on submission to editors at publishers September 19th, 2022. And I was like, okay, here we go. Like, I crossed one hurdle to get the agent. Now I got to cross another hurdle to get the actual publisher to buy the book. And it's the same thing. Like within an hour that he was sending emails out, we were getting rejections. Saying, no, like, again, it was the same thing from Hollywood to the agents and now to the publishers. No, we're good. We don't really have an editorial vision for this book, or we don't know how to market it, or we don't really connect to the main character. So I was getting that for
just hearing that story over in not just in the literary context, but in the physical media, whether it's television, whether it's movies, and we hear this story, but the problem is, we know that's not true. Like, we know that's not true.
And my stuff was going viral still, like on YouTube, and so it's clear. And then I went viral on TikTok because I joined TikTok at that time. I bit the bullet and started joining.
And the issue is they can't take credit for it. That's why they're giving you that trashy line. They can't take credit for what you created. It's unique, and it's something in the back of their mind. They're sitting there going, "Why didn't I think of that?" Well, okay, you didn't. But make it something. Make it something worthwhile.
It always comes back to who's your lead. Oh, well, this lead is this young Black. I'm sorry, what? I mean, that's this young Black hero I have. That's is it Blues Brutality? No. Is he from a rough neighborhood? No. Did he lose his parents? No, he didn't.
Is one of them abusing him?
Does he sell drugs? Is he a drug dealer? Is he
right? Is it like one of those Tyler Perry plays where he's a reformed Christian and there's songs? No. Oh, well, we're not interested.
He's a runaway preacher. No,
right, he's not a runaway preacher. Yeah, it's just so and looking back now, I was very dramatic because being on sub to publishers, like you're literally at the door. You just need somebody to open it, right? Like so every day I was getting like 2-piece comboed every day. Like I would get one in the morning, and then you're checking your phone every 5 minutes, which is not healthy. I don't recommend Yeah, because my age, because I don't like silent rejections. I have to know. Like, just give me a yes. I don't like silence. So I told my agent, if they say no, just send it to me. That way I can just count them out. And so we submitted. I think we originally submitted to 30 editors. And my agent, he doesn't. Usually agents do rounds. They do like 10 or 15. And so we were running out. Like people were saying no. Like by November, December, and Hollywood and publishing, they shut down for like 3.5 weeks in December because of the holidays. And I was like, well, that's a wrap. So we didn't get no book deal because I wanted a book deal before my 30th birthday. I was like, that's my goal. That was like my life goal, is to get a book deal before my 30th birthday. And didn't get it. My birthday, December 3rd. I got like 4 rejections on my birthday. I was like, whatever. Yeah. And so like things started shutting down, and at that time I was going to Chicago to work on a play of mine because I'm also a playwright. So I got to go to Chicago to work on a play. And so while I was out in Chicago, things opened back up again. People were going back into the office, and rejections was flooding in. I was like, we're down to like literally less than 10 editors. So I got to break up with my book, and just say, hey, I tried, but maybe it's just not right. It's not the time right now. And woke up one morning and I had an email from my agent saying, hey, Ladarrion, please call me. We need to talk. And I was like, okay. And I called him, and he told me that we got an offer from a publisher or an imprint. Like, publishers have different imprints. So we got one offer from imprint, and we got on the phone with the editor. They told me how much they loved the book and like what their editorial vision was. And so it's kind of like with the agent again. So my agent have to go to all the remaining editors and tell them, say, look, he has an offer on the book. Either you offer or we gotta bow out. And so I was like, oh my God, he's telling them that. Like, oh God, here we go.
That dread right there. That dread.
Your nerves is on 10.
Oh my God. And so yeah, they offered, and then a couple of days later, HarperCollins, they offered for a book deal, and I was like, oh my God, like that's one of the big 5, right? And so after they offered, another editor came in and was like, look, I love this story. We got on the phone really quickly, and she was like, look, I love your story. This is my editorial vision. She's like, I love that. I love your mission. And she's like, this is what I want to support. And she was like, she went to my agent. She was like, we will offer this much to take it off the table. And she offered a lot of money. She offered a lot of money. And what really drew me to her also too is I wanted to see this book in 3, like a trilogy. And the other offers, they only offer 2 books, and then a possible, maybe a 3rd book. And so on January 19th, 4 months in, we officially closed submission, and we sold Blood at the Root in a 3-book deal, in a major deal, on January 19th, 2023. And
3 days after my birthday. Let's go.
And my actual birthday.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
So I was doing Lyft. I was so I went back home, came back to LA, to do Lyft, to back to the 9 to 5, I guess if you want to call it that. And my agent called, and I was like, okay, this is something. And so my agent called. Yeah, he told me, he was like, hey, Ladarrion, do you have time to talk? I was like, I'm driving right now, but let me pull over. I was in the middle of downtown somewhere, like downtown LA. And that's when he's like, you officially sold the book, Blood at the Root. You're going to be, and they're going to fast track the book. So they're going to have it come out May 2024 instead of May 2025. And
wow.
Like I got to give you this. Because
you better.
That's a much thought off after situation that here on this platform within the Blurred community, we talk about seeing ourselves in leads, whether it's action, sci-fi, fantasy, romance, and it's so necessary. It's so necessary. When you hear those stories, just like you told that story, they kept turning it down. Oh, it's not our vision. In other words, it's not napkinized. It's
Mhm.
not for the action.
It's not what we're looking for right now.
It's,
We really
it's not
appreciate
it's not unseasoned mayo enough.
It is not for the Cauliflower Coalition.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because
So-
it's in because this book, what I wanted to create this world, but we learn our history, we get reconnected to our ancestry, and and it talks about, it does have tough conversations in our community, and I don't even know if I can say I can understand, but like when they read stuff like they're like, Haitian Revolution, these kids are time traveling back to that point of history, and they're seeing heads getting chopped off. We don't know. We want to talk about this. We don't know. And I was like, because as a kid from the South, I was born in Alabama. Like, we didn't get to learn about the Haitian Revolution, and not realizing now that the Haitian Revolution sparked so much in Black history, and it inspired so much in Black history, all the way from Louisiana to Alabama, Mississippi, all the way to the Gullah Geechee. Like, it sparked so many insurrections. And so I wanted these kids in this story to learn that. And I want kids and everybody like who buys the book to also learn that as well, because these are like a lot of hidden history, Black history that they're refusing actually to teach in the American school system. So yeah, thank God my editor, Lisa Abrams, she took a chance on the book, and she's been very, very supportive of the book so far. And we're 3 months now. Today, we're 3 months away from having it in bookstores. So,
Cinematic Assassin, you had a question, and I want you to ask it.
You always got a question.
Because I just want to let you know you're amazingly inspirational, because we're actually mutuals on Twitter. So I was in the Twitter streets when you were like, "Hey guys, how do y'all feel about this Harry Potter HBCU idea?" And so seeing that go from a tweet to then seeing the little film drop, and then now it's a book that's coming, like it's a real physical thing. Like, I saw your unboxing, I was like, that's crazy. Like, it literally was an idea, and now it's a real thing in the universe. Like, thank you for that. Like, thank you for me being able to be a part of, like, a passenger on this whole process. And with that, my question was, what was the transition from it being a script to being a novel? Like, what did you have to do to make that transition and flesh that out?
Yeah. So it's interesting because it's writing a script. Screenwriting is already, sometimes I have a love-hate relationship with screenwriting because it's so formulaic. They don't want I've been told so many times when people read my scripts, like, oh, it's very novel. It's like a novel. It reads like a novel. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then writing the novel, my agent would tell me like, oh, it's kind of like a screenplay. And I'm like, damn, okay, so how do I switch it up? And so I'm a playwright at heart, and so I was like, okay, Ladarrion, how do you infuse the two into this book and like talk about crafting like amazing prose, or in my opinion, I think it's amazing prose, and also, but also when I was reading books, I was like, okay, Black people don't talk like they're in a Shakespearean play. So and I'm from the South, and so I want to hear my mama talk. I want to hear my aunties and my cousins and my friends. I want to see that in a book. I want to see the AAVE, and also it can manifest magic. It can manifest their spells, and so I was really diving into all of that. I was reading not only scripts, but I was reading other books, but I was also reading plays. I was going to go see plays. I was going to go see authors like talk about their books, and I was like, okay, I gotta sit down. And with my agent, he told me one day, just be unapologetic about what you're saying in these chapters, and be free. And he gave me that, he gave me that reign. And so this, I don't even know what, because I wrote so many drafts of this book, I don't even remember. It's now but there was a moment where it really clicked. I was like, okay, I want to see a chapter again, like the Haitian Revolution. I was like, I want to build a whole chapter off of that. And now getting into that chapter, I was like, okay, that's going to spark so many events in the book. Now, okay, I want to write that, and then going to And also, too, when you write a pilot script and you haven't sold the show, you don't have the other episodes to show people. So now I really got free reign to talk about what I want to talk about in the story and showcase what I want to talk about. So that kind of lifted a lot of pressure off of me while I was editing the book, while I was rewriting it. And still letting it be visual, even though you're reading it. My publisher says that the book is very cinematic. Even when they read it, like they can still picture the magic, they can picture the school and Malik. I don't know, he's conjuring hurricanes and fire, and he's calling on his ancestors to basically like, yo, help me out. I'm in trouble, you know. And so so it's just I had to really step away from the pilot. I haven't read the pilot script probably in 2 years. It's on my computer. It's in my file.
It's going to be one of them things where you reach back and be like, okay, I can change this because now it's a little more relevant or something.
Yeah,
so it happens. That happens.
And now when we
update it to the times,
I can update it and really and take the lessons that I learned about writing a book back to screenwriting and really be unapologetic about what I'm trying to say in the screenwriting, because that's when people are really going to see it visually on a screen. So
this is coming out at a time as I've coined this year the year of truth, because things have been popping up and people getting aired out, and it's become Issa Rae has literally just said, you know what, I got funds that I'm putting together, and didn't I call this, guys, putting funds together so we can do our own thing, because seeing ourselves on a television show or in a movie and it doesn't fold over well for the general masses, as they like to call it. But we know what it is, you know. And now here we have something. When the concept of your short film came out, my eyes lit up. You know, and this was right like around the time like Hogwarts Legacy was popping up and people were doing the whole TikTok thing, and I'm like, yeah, but where's ours? And you know, like, why do we have to use someone else's?
I don't mean magical Negroes either, because that was just
magical
Negroes.
Let's
put it like this:
positivity, because
when you cross 50 years old, all the fucks have just disappeared in your life.
Lady Mandalore, you had a question.
Yikes. I had several.
Come on, girl. Come on. You represent Capricorns. Come on now.
Fire off.
Are you okay? Oh shit. Okay. Do you feel any worries about your book potentially being banned? Because you're doing some critical race theory. You're making the small children maybe nervous about their heritage and how delicate they might feel about being told how they was acting back in the old days, even though the asses wasn't there. But
keyword delicate.
That's one question. My second, I don't go finish that first one.
Yeah, that's a very that's a very good question. Because it's weird actively seeing books being banned right now. It's just, I'm like, wait, what? They're banning. Okay. I don't. Am I worried about it? I don't know. I've been told by even white people, like, yes, finally, we can see different type of stories. Like, we're tired of the. One white woman told me, she was like, I'm tired of reading about white men or white girls saving the world. I'm like, oh, and she's an older white woman from like Mississippi, like that told me. And I am afraid because I remember growing up in Alabama, right? Like just being a teenager and not even having a car. And being able to go to like books, like we had Books A Million. Barnes and Noble was like all the way in Birmingham somewhere. But not being able to have the access, if it wasn't for my school's library, I wouldn't have access to books because one, I didn't have the funds, and two, I didn't have like a way to get to the bookstore. And so that's what I'm afraid of, is like a lot of, you know, Black and brown kids who are wanting to and who are yearning to see this book. And they're not able to read it. That's going to be very heartbreaking. And you know, I have to figure out, you know, how to get this book to them, and that's why it's so important for people who are very frequent visitors of their local libraries to request books like Blood at the Root, like just Black books, because the more they request it, the more the library has to, well, hopefully, I don't know what the laws or rules or whatever they have. Hopefully they do stock them, but that's what I'm really, really afraid of for like a lot of young Black, brown kids, especially Black kids who don't have a lot of access to the arts, not being able to get this book. That's what I'm afraid of.
And I'm glad you said that, because there's someone you can also follow up with, and that is Sister Sci-Fi. Sister Sci-Fi pretty much deals with this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And showing Black books, like Black authors, Black leads, and not torture porn, not trauma porn, none of that stuff. So I'm glad that question was asked, and I'm glad that was put in place, because we know people. We know people.
Yeah,
we know people.
I think Sister Sci-Fi. I think I have an interview with them in July, but I think I'm going to go up. Are they're North Cal, right? Are they North Cal?
I believe so. I
think they're in the Bay Area. I
yeah.
Well, my publisher's already been talking to them and going to be doing some signings for books there.
Look at God.
Yeah. That's why when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, like my publisher was like, hey, the Sister Sci-Fi are really interested in your book and like stocking it, and so that's very important too. Especially, I'm hoping that more Black-owned bookstores are able to be placed in a lot of cities, small towns, everywhere. So I'm very hopeful for that. But yeah, that was a really good question, and now that's making me think like, oh. The work is never
strategize, baby. You need you to strategize. Stay on defense.
Before I get to Navy, I have to say this. It's needed. I said it earlier. It's necessary, because when you hear people say, "Oh, that's not what we're looking for," it's not what you're looking for. However, there are an army of people who are dying to see this type of work. They want to read about this stuff. They want to see it on screen. They want to see it in their homes, because, and I'm Lovecraft country. Shout out to Misha Green, number one, who took a book that was written by a racist white man and flipped it on its head. And said, I'm going to tell this story. And the questions and the conversations that were being had by several generations about stuff they never knew about, whether within our own bloodlines, they didn't know about stuff. They didn't know about it. It shocked me finding out from someone who's 3 times my age, they hadn't heard of Tulsa. And I heard of Tulsa 30 years ago. So, it was shocking. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Tulsa, sundown towns that have been drowned out by
lake towns.
It sparked the conversation in my hometown.
Yeah, so this needs to be told. These stories need to be talked about, because someone, just like you said, that white woman in Mississippi, she was like, finally, I want to know. I want to know, So when you hear stuff like that, when you hear about the Lake Laniers, which has a horror movie now,
is it like, please tell me the ancestors are like burning the boats, and is that the premise?
I was like, oh, look at that. The Central Parks and all the different man-made lakes around the country and everything. When you hear these stories, and when you hear about, oh, they're going to ban books in Texas and in Florida and all in Virginia, and it's like, why? What are you hiding?
What are you hiding?
We're in the year of truth now. You're hiding something.
The grandparents don't want to let the grandkids know that you might have been racist.
Yep. Navy, you had a question.
Yeah. First of all, it's a pleasure to finally meet you, sir. I dig what you've done, because I'm a bookhead. I've been back in the day where the library was my rec center. So I don't care what anybody says. What made you decide to go the route of bringing in Haitian history? Because we know ethnic and indigenous cultures around the world all focus around magic. And I've noticed that whenever you bring anything of anything from the islands, anything from the Caribbean involving magic, it's always with a negative connotation, especially in movies. I hate seeing it where you're not letting people see the genuine love and what it has done to allow these people to live and to grow, but rather you want to see the deadly demon in, you know, the voodoo side of it. And I was like, no. So out of all of them, what made you decide to focus on the Haitian culture, which I'm fascinated by, because again, like you said, a lot of people didn't know about the Haitian Revolution and how much of an impact it's had on our folks as a whole, especially around the Gulf Coast and around, you know, around the southern region. So
yeah, that's a really good question too. And it's for that very reason. When I was like doing like research, because I've always been very fascinated with the Haitian Revolution. But when I started researching, there was like stories of during the war, right? Like that, you know, they were like a tribe was dancing in the woods in Haiti to call upon like the Orishas, like Ogun and Shango, and to help them win the war. And I was like, wait, what? Like, because you, like you said, like every time you see if they even allude to the Haitian Revolution, it's always it's the black warriors holding the head, like the chopped heads of the white princes,
and the like, chicken blood and the dancing and all the negative
like,
connotations.
You on their land and you tried to steal their land and you tried to kill their people and pillage and everything. So I was like, okay, like how do I kind of humanize this, right? Because growing up, like, and this is no shade to American Horror Story because it's one of my favorite seasons, but then
Coven.
When I saw Papa Leadbot, which that wasn't, they mixed it, but amen. He was snorting, he was snorting coke, and I was like, wait, what? Like, and he's still a baby? Okay, no, this is not this. No, like, and maybe there's a version of that. I don't know, but the ones that I was studying and hearing people talk about, you know, that there was like Abdurrahia Toya, like this black woman, was chopping heads off, but there were stories that she had super speed and she had superhuman strength, and like she was leading it, and then also hearing about other warriors like really just calling upon the magic. And so I was like, that's not negative to me. They were defending themselves. Like naturally what they would do, and also using that and using the call on the gods and their ancestral powers and using the soil and like the nature, like this, all of that, and learning that the boat stops, how like the customs from the motherland, right, Africa, and then they stopped in the Caribbeans, and then they came over here. Those slaves were taking all of that they knew from their motherland, and they were just switching it up. Like, okay, we have to hide this. We can't perform this publicly because we'll be killed. So how can we change this? Like, how can we, you know, practice it in the open, but it's still close. They looking like, oh, they're just dancing around the fire. That's kind of weird, but that. Yeah, but they don't even know the ring shout. They're literally calling upon the ancestors to help them, you know, get rid of it. So that's the reason, because I just wanted to humanize that, which I hope I've done correctly. But I wanted to humanize those in that history, because learning about that for the first time as a black kid from Alabama, and I'm like, but we've been learning about Greek mythology all through high school and middle school. And those Greek gods was, I mean, they were doing some foul stuff.
They were, and that was to each other.
They all did each other.
Here's a half naked hero doing all kinds of weird shit. I don't want to know he's half naked. What are you telling me this for?
Yeah, they're fornicating with a fleece. Right. But we want to humanize that. Okay. And then we want to villainize voodoo and hoodoo culture, and even still, like, even as I'm working on book 2 in the trilogy, I'm learning more about hoodoo culture and how it influenced like the Black Baptist culture, and like all of those customs literally came through in Louisiana, and like I said, Georgia and Alabama and Mississippi, all the way up to the South Carolina, you know, the Carolina coast. And so it's just so beautiful to see that, and I don't practice it, but I want to at least do my job to honor it, and to honor that sacrifice that they did, because we never know. Like, you know, we're so cut off from our history sometimes. Like, I don't know. Maybe personally, I had somebody, an ancestor in the Haitian Revolution, and I just felt compelled to and inspired to write about it. But yeah, I just wanted to humanize those people who fought and bled for their land and their families.
And I'm glad we mentioned in the Haitian Revolution. Shout out to MVJ MVJ.comics, because they actually have a book on Louis Louveté, Toussaint Louveté, and how the whole Haitian Revolution and vampires and everything. It's dope concept, dope book. So shout out to them. So we need these kind of stories.
Yeah.
Can I put in a bid for if you decide you want to do an audiobook version of this? You have 3 voice actors amongst this crew who'll be more than honored to be a part of this.
He always does this.
I do. Do you want me to do a lyric and sounding like an old Victorian old man? I mean,
myself, Lady Mandalore, and Navy Montel, we're all practicing voice actors, and we enjoy this stuff. I'm not here to blow my own horn, man. I'm
better toot that damn thing.
I'm here to give everybody else flowers.
Who's that pause?
Just immediate. After today, the pause button.
I do. So Navy Montel, like, is that your name?
That is what I go through on social media. My name is Montel, but that's what I go through with social media.
So you want to know an interesting fact?
Shoot.
My middle name is Montel.
Serendipitous.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
So Spartan, about those numbers.
Yeah, that's why when I saw that, I was like, wait, I never met another Montel. Like,
same. I don't meet, you see, that name is like, are you worthy of that title? Because
yes, IMDb voice actor.
Yeah.
We are credited.
Yes, and my last name is Williams. So I've been. No, he's not my uncle.
Wow, don't feel bad. I tell people my name, they go, Williams. It's funny. Can you give me my damn food?
Right, exactly. That's literally how I be looking. Like, can you just give me my food, please? Like,
so this has been one of these, and I'm so glad you wrote this. And I know, like I said, with stories like Lovecraft Country, and even that season of Coven on American Horror Story, because I wasn't just rooting for Angela Bassett because of Angela Bassett. I was rooting for Angela Bassett because I'm like, finally, we have someone. It was like, who's about this shit? It was like she
was the real supreme, but that's another
I
was confused. I was really confused by the whole. Wait a minute, what? This is a 300-year-old witch, and she's getting her ass handed to her by a little girl. Okay, all right. That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was calling them out now. She was calling them out, but I said the same thing. I'm like,
just don't track. The math ain't mathing.
The math is not really. It's literally not mathing. I'm like,
no.
She's 300 years old, so she's more
English. English. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, it was. I was giving looks like this. Huh?
Hey, I'm sticky. I was like, okay.
Collective black disapproval.
Very black.
Right.
I am Fillmore.
That is funny.
Spartan, you had a question.
Oh no, I was good. I was going to say, I was listening to you guys because I just kind of already ordered his book because I kind of feel like I was wanting to read this because, again, not just to reiterate. First off, read banned books. I cannot stress that enough because you individuals, really, you puntas, you pendejos, you mate de libras, you anyway. You individuals make me sick sometimes about that kind of stuff. But no, all jokes aside, perception is everything. I mean, the fact that we say we want our leads to represent us and make people uncomfortable. So what? Because for the longest time, didn't bother you when we were watching your movies. So why should it bother you when you read our movies, when you read our books, when you see our stories, our television shows, things of that nature? Why does it bother you so much that now the shoe's on the other foot?
I want to be able. I want to lean over in the theater to that one bendejo, say, "You shifting a lot over there, yeah." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
it's a lot of heat coming off of you. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm for that time when the first time I got to see Roots in a room full of napkins and the napkins got nervous. That was the greatest 2 hours in a classroom setting I've ever had, to where they were nervous and I'm like, "What's the problem?" Well, it's horrible. Why? It's history.
It was.
It's history.
Yeah, sure was.
No one said it was
Some of
pleasant.
us in this room.
But it needs to have that. It needs to have that, not just from that shock factor alone, but it goes back to perception. We want to be able to tell stories as you've seen in the comics field. We don't want the struggle stories. We don't want the you have to come from impoverished or unbelievable situations or stereotype demographic stories. Can we just have a story that we can relate to that doesn't involve A, B, or C and still be able to enjoy it?
Mm-hmm.
Which you have done. That's like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, sir. The book that you have is exactly the example of what we actually need out there.
Yeah.
But it's always funny when you always hear, well, how coming from a napkin, always from a napkin. Oh, I was you really will. Really will. Well, but no, it's just no. I had to give.
I hate you, Will. I hate you so much right now.
I had to give you your flowers on that because to continue with that story, because again, getting the slam doors, the rejection letters, things of that nature, and to be on the cusp of it being sold. I'm sorry, of it being available, of multiple people being involved in it. I just want to give you your flowers on that, man, because that you gotta celebrate the victories and accomplishments. And something tells me that you, along with a whole bunch of others, is going to kick open a very locked door, and I cannot freaking wait.
So I will say this, because apparently a lot of what I've been saying is been happening lately. I'm just waiting on them damn lottery numbers. This is the wave, and your book is a part of this wave. And I see this not only as the book, but I see this in film form. I want to see this. I need to see this. When I say sitting down every Sunday and watching HBO Max for Lovecraft Country, and I'm like, this shit's good. This is good. And I need to see more of that, and I want to know those histories, because there's even our own people who don't know. We need to be reconnected. There's something about that reconnection that makes you that it's that proud. It's that feeling of being proud, that pride, that integrity. You were like, yo, we were stronger than you made us look.
I do one better, Chris. I want that moment when we all watched Black Panther and dared somebody to say something during the movie.
That part.
Ooh,
I want that. I want that overall for that entire period that movie came out. Black people was together because the wrong thing got said.
You said that feeling of walking. That's it. That feeling of walking up to the ticket taker and like, what we here for.
What we're here. Like, you need to
just have the tickets ready.
But even though that was a feeling, like you said, I want that feeling to be a movement. I want it to become so normalized that to say that I want it to be to where we never thought that we were without it for a period.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah. Bama said X-Men First Class. I'm still mad about that. And Nicole says, don't get this group started on Darwin. Yeah, don't get it.
You don't want to do that.
Wait, is X-Men First? Is that the third one?
That was when they redid everything and then they made them young again. And
I was mad about the one when everybody was dying. I was like,
yep.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
it.
And they killed the brother who can adapt to anything. But
the black dude, like there's always that meme of him like dying.
Yeah,
I'm like, hold on.
I would keep the napkins alive, but you let the one brother that's got a solid mutant ability.
I've read the books. My wife is just like, but didn't he just say? I say exactly.
His ability was to adapt and survive to everything.
Come on, Deadpool 3. I've just been trying to regenerate.
His name wasn't Ridge, Thorn, or Braden. That's why he died. Okay.
Tafari, did you have a question before we let Ladarrion go?
No, I'm good. I know he's pressed for time, so I don't want to keep him too long, but I appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because this man is working. That's why.
I know. I didn't even realize. I was like, oh, I have a rehearsal tonight. Again, I'm a playwright. So
Yeah.
I have
booked and busy.
Yeah,
right. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate this. And I didn't say before, but I do want to say that I was also inspired by Black is King. A lot of people slept on it. I'm just saying, I do have to shout that out. I want to shout because that movie and that album really inspired me. That's what clicked. That's what really, that and Lovecraft was what really clicked for me. To be unapologetic about my fantasy stories and to showcase us in just a very beautiful but complicated light. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because that's an inspiration behind the book as well.
I want to, so people can find you on IG, of course. Go to the YouTube channel to see that short film, Blood at the Root. It's dope. It's what you need. Get his numbers up. Because I'm gonna say it. I'm in about a year. In about a year, they're gonna be like, "Yo, we need this story." That's right. We don't need a reboot of Harry Potter. We need something else.
Not the Society of Magic.
Hollywood, they look at stuff like that, right? They look at social media and they're like, "Okay, he's getting this. We need to call him in so we can jump on the train." It's like
call them out like Jay-Z called out the Grammys. That's all I'm saying.
we need to. We definitely need, because some of the stuff they do come out with, and I'm like, that's what y'all putting $200 million.
I'm not gonna lie. That's Society of Magical Negroes for like maybe several days. People were like, "Hey," and then they see the trailer. I'm like, "Hey."
And it was so funny to say we wanted a Magic HBCU story. I'm like.
So I got this in the chamber for you.
Yeah, especially when Black Hogwarts was going down, everybody's like, "Oh, Black Hogwarts, we can have our own story." I know 5 authors that are going, "We would like to have a word."
I was literally one of them. I was like, when people were like reposting it, like they had really big following, and I'm like, "You follow me." And you know, I've been posting about Black Hogwarts or a Magical HBCU for like 2.5 years now. You know, but you know.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But you're here now.
Yeah, I'm here now. Like I even through that, like, because I was getting rejections left and right through all of that. And I was like, I was sending it to my agent every day. I was like, they want it. They want this. They want this. I told you. And he was collecting them and he literally would send them to the publishers like they want it. So
what's the problem?
Give this man a deal.
Miss Issa Ray calling. We might need to have a word.
I mean,
just saying.
Ain't no Mike.
Sis.
We need to have a word.
We shall have a word with you, my dear. We shall have a word with you.
You say you secured funding. I'm just saying you secured funding, but it's like the independent scene is open. I feel like I'm doing the invitation song of the church. The doors are open. We've got the donation. Just come on in.
Yeah, that part. Exactly.
Just need 5 minutes. Come through for a little bit.
This is the book, Blood at the Root. You want to go check that out. Get your pre-orders in now. Those numbers are from what I've seen. They're moving.
It's so funny to see my publisher's face. like they're like, just off of a book cover, off of a book cover. I was like, I tried to tell y'all. You know, if you give people what they want, they're gonna come by. And this is just before the book comes out. Like, this is not even counting when the book is actually in stores and everywhere people can really go and like, wait, what is that? What is that black one? You know, this is pre-orders, and pre-orders are very important for Black authors because publishing still have a lot of work. They have a lot of work.
Publishing has a lot of work. Hollywood needs a lot of work.
I mean, everybody has a lot of work. But yeah, pre-orders are very important. They just show publishers like, oh, okay, they are actually interested, and then they're gonna push it even more, and that's just, you know. But it's on pre-orders right now.
Ladarrion, Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all.
this platform and this door is always open whenever you want to, when the book drops, when you say, hey, whatever you need, we're here. So I'm gonna let you do your thing. We're gonna go to break, but before I let you do all that, I gotta give you this once again.
All I gotta say is come back like Jay-Z did with that wall of receipts and just give a speech. That's all I ask.
Right, exactly.
Here's all the people who rejected me.
I have them. I still have them. Playwriting to books to I still have them. So
we like people to have receipts, especially when there's our people, because that way they can, go ahead. It's okay to be a little petty.
Yeah, all right.
You prepaid to be petty. It's okay.
You're prepaid to be petty.
Exactly.
Ladarrion, well, once again, I want to thank you for coming through. Go check him out. Go check out the YouTube channel. Go check him out on IG. Give him a follow at Ladarrion. It's Ladarrion. That's all one word. And here it is right there. Go check that out. He is putting in the work, in the purpose, in the product.
Okay.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about some of the blurred news. Don't act up while we're gone.
I was eating. What commercial? Commercial break. I'll give you a commercial. There's a goddamn celestial in the ocean and no one is talking about this. What even is that?
Spider-Man, a psychopath wielding powers he has no right to possess.
Jameson, not now. Is this a Thanos thug showing up on CBT? Did Jesus come back and get stuck halfway through? How does nobody have answers on this? It has been sitting here ignored and untouched for months like a Christmas tree. We might as well hang ornaments on it. Read all 600 pages of the Sokovia Accords. Everybody got their nose up in Wakanda business. But nobody has answers on this? I don't even need like an official news report. Send a single TikTok star with the ship. How is nobody investigating this? What the fuck?
Blurred's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company. Speaking of Jay-Z and the Grammys, he puts everybody else in their place. Shout out to Killer Mike winning his 3 Grammys, Best Album of the Year, and I bumped that all last year. It was the only album worth listening to. So shout out to Killer Mike. Shout out to Victoria Monet, SZA, the Samurai. Shout out to the Samurai for her performance with SZA on stage during the Kill Bill performance. That was amazing. Like to talk to you, my dear. And shout out to Coco Jones winning her first Grammy. It was Black Girl Magic. We know that, right? We know that it was Black Girl Magic for that weekend.
It was wonderful. It was beautiful.
So,
and a little homie from, I'm blanking on his name, from the he was on the Nickelodeon show Victorious.
Oh yes. It was a night of Nickelodeon and Disney kids, wasn't it?
I mean, they've grown up since then. They should.
Coco Jones, I can't remember his name, but he was on Victorious, and then of course Miley Cyrus, who won her first Grammy. So I'll give her flowers because
Leon Thomas.
She was genuinely, Leon, she was genuinely happy and surprised. So we're not going to talk about the album of the year, but that's okay.
Yeah, we won't. No, we won't.
We won't.
We don't need no.
I want to put
important part. ATL. That's all.
I'm going to Killer Mike. It's a sweet. It's
sweet.
You ain't gonna tell
I don't know
me.
what the detour on the way to the after party outside was about, but
so here it was. So apparently he had a slight physical altercation with an overzealous security guard.
Mm-hmm. Top line.
And that was it. And literally
more like bottom row.
Literally, like they questioned him and then he was released.
See, I'm sorry.
As fast as it happened.
You would think as a black person, you just saw another black person getting a heck of a award. So what if he shoulder rushes you? Just say Killer Mike was happy. He checked me. I failed at my job. I'm not gonna cause a big issue about it.
Run the tape. Who's the security guard that wanted to have a skerfuffle that night?
Some light skinned Drake looking son bitch.
Name is probably like Shadalante Dante. Shit, I don't know.
Not the first time I've seen security.
I tell you this much. They weren't mentioned.
Of course.
Yeah, right. They
weren't. You didn't want to be the one that tried to put the skirmish and the skirmish on Killer Mike's.
Could you imagine your name being said in ATL, ruining Killer Mike's night, and you in ATL?
And I've talked about this album before. Like, it's a dope album.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's on it.
That is like Run is my actual theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen to that.
You got those Travis Scott people. There's not really rap. I assume you were born in the mumble rap era. So I'm gonna just say my sweet summer child.
That's why I said anybody born before the year 2000. I don't know Killer Mike. Yes, you do. Because when that speaker box era, the whole world was unavoidable.
Like,
it also got a
right. Like, 3 Killer Mikes. I'm like, y'all the wrong ones to ask.
Some of y'all watch Trigger Warning on Netflix and claim you don't know who Killer Mike is.
Yeah. I mean, they said hip hop. They said hip hop album.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hip hop album.
I mean, through
it was damn near a gospel album. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He could have did both.
Yeah. He could went for both
Snoop did it. Like, so I mean,
hip gospel. There you go.
Yeah, this ain't his first time here. He just spinning the block 2 decades later. That's all.
I mean, shout out for people finding the Kendrick Lamar bar though. I was like, somebody had to go digging for that one just to sit there and say, if you believe Grammys ain't messed up, Killer Mike would be platinum right now. I was like, damn.
Shout out to Fantasia. She gave that tribute to Tina Turner, and I'm like, of course it would be Fantasia.
I was a little worried about her.
Tear down the daggone roof. Why don't you dare?
Shout
out to Brandy. Brandy was out there.
Yeah,
looking like she came. Somebody said she looked like she came off the Virginia Slims ad or something. Like, I'm like, hey, I ain't mad at it.
Which one of y'all at the Recording Academy made that false announcement tweet and tried to set off the that angry mob that will come and get anybody?
Just damn.
She said of all things.
It was Will.
Probably.
It was mayhem.
Probably
the man is mayhem for a reason.
I don't want problems with the barbs. I don't.
You know,
may not want it.
He bows out.
You may not want it yet. And
I enjoy peace.
And now everybody's burning sage around Shannon Sharp.
Ooh.
He better not pick up that phone.
Leave that alone, Unc. Leave that alone.
And she is calling. I promise you, she is calling.
If he can get to the phone, if he can get the phone picked, if he can answer his phone between the angry tweets he's probably getting for not knowing who they was talking about.
No, that's appropriate. Nikki, who I know, and I would still say it.
Stop it.
Somebody's like he's interviewed like 3 different Nikkis on 5 different shows. So it was a valid question. Please just spare Unc on this one.
Why do you want to interview somebody that sounds like they chew gravel?
She can go back to Kai Cenat.
Look, I will say this.
Well, he just lost money to 21 Savage and blew his setup up. So,
I will say this. For someone who is unbothered, shout out to Meg.
And winning.
That part.
If silence was golden, I'm just saying. She pulled that one off and unsigned and owning the Masters, being the youngest woman to own her Masters and everything. Shout out to Meg. Doing #1 single, went to the top. Just she lit that out one day. You ain't heard nothing since.
Very much.
Yes, up, leave.
I'm just saying. Deadpool co-creator Rob Liefeld has said that he will officially be retiring after his last stint on the Deadpool comics. He obviously helped create this
Good.
character.
Damn.
I'm glad he's able to poke fun of himself because he feels proud. He said his chest is poking out further than Captain America.
His forehead's bigger than half the country.
Yes.
Ooh,
with the tiny feet and
I said what I said.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you, Navy, because that man dreams in 4K, as big as that forehead is.
Y'all see that man? I'm telling you, I see that man in person. It's like I'm waiting for someone with a projector. Say, you want to see a movie? Hey, Rob. There you go.
So it's not a bad way to go, but I mean, we thank you for bringing us to the Merc with a mouth. We are looking forward to I'm calling this one too. We're probably going to see a trailer come Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Oh, that is this week.
That trailer's coming.
That's
They've been
happening.
talking more about a certain. They've been talking more about a certain couple and their haircuts than they have the game. So
great show sales.
So Kelsey, I'm glad you stepped up and said, "Hey, I just needed a cut." Like I'm not claiming anything. He's like,
he said, "Y'all not gonna get me shaded."
I ain't get me shot on stage.
To be clear, plays in Kansas City. His invite to the cookout is real. He wasn't about to give it up and give up on all that barbecue.
He wasn't trying to get that mean mug like Dave Chappelle in a Chappelle show when they announced the 50 million and everybody just stared at him.
I was just like, I mean, the fact that he said that, said you ain't gonna try me on February 1st. I'm like, sir, you can say, and on Black History Month, you think you gonna get me? No.
You'd win points, honey. You'd win points.
However, we will remix Swag Surf, so there's that.
Yeah, he's probably like, you know what?
Stop.
You know what?
She needs to be stopped. It's too late, but she needs to be stopped.
I guarantee you, the song's already recorded and cut, and they're going to interject it during Usher's performance. Watch.
This is where Beyonce is like Batman. We're like, we need you.
Beyonce gonna be like she was in that hat. I'm gonna let my husband speak, and then I'm gonna leave.
I know they're gonna try to force her into the Super Bowl somewhere. It's gonna be Usher and her reaction to Usher, and no one else will be there. I just need you to get a little bit ghetto. Please bring out Gucci Man for Spotlight. I need a little balance of black. That's it.
I do want to shout out Jay-Z for another reason, however, for being at the Grammy, not just calling out the people behind the Grammys, but having his daughter up there and showing what it looks like to support a black woman and showing his daughter what that support looks like. And that is needed heavily. If y'all don't see it here with us, I know you've seen it with Jigga.
When I get nervous, I tell the truth.
The kids age different.
That girl sprouted. I swear to God, she sprouted.
That nose, them Beyonce nose jeans is strong.
Because they showed a picture. They showed a picture of Beyonce in blue last year, and then they show her picture this year at the Grammy. I'm like, good Lord, did we watch her grow up during the Renaissance tour? And we just didn't know it?
We did, and it was magnificent.
Started in Dubai, and then we just saw sprout up over the tour. And
she got proteins and carbohydrates during the whole tour. Yeah,
she got so confident, and I love that for her too.
You thought Meg Thee Stallion was confident. Wait till that young girl steps out. That's what I'm waiting for. You thought Meg was confident.
Did you not see it? Okay, so you didn't tell me you didn't see Renaissance without telling me you didn't see Renaissance.
Okay, jeez.
Okay, let me let you know.
The five of us here.
Enlighten me, Kira.
Look, I watched it. I
said, enlighten me. What happened?
Oh,
what didn't happen?
It's very clear that is she's already surpassed whatever expectations you think is coming. It's already been here and been past.
I'm late to the party. Then I apologize.
You can tell her parentage is strong.
Okay,
I know her and North are gonna do some crazy things when they become adults.
No, she ain't fucking with North. She ain't fucking with North.
What the hell?
Not like that.
It may not be together, but I know the industry is not ready for whatever they do.
Speaking of industry kids, T.I.'s son, I think is Damarian.
You talking about King?
Which one?
No, not that, not King, not King.
One of the older ones
is I can't think. I think one is
Ladarrion.
Ladarrion,
yeah.
His flow, Yo,
pretty good.
I'm like, I sense your father and J. Cole all in that pot right there.
Oh, you your daddy son for real.
Yeah. I'm like, they looking at King. I'm like, King wish he was in the trenches. His brother was back there doing the work.
King reminds me of what's his face? What's that one kid that
he want to be in the trenches so bad? And it was like, dude,
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's who he's getting.
Every time I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see King, I'm like, he just needs a belt.
King look like he used to fight people.
He goes to all the wrong private
As
schools.
you beating them, that's what you keep saying. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci. It's just beat him.
I was like, every time I see that kid, I'm like, why did y'all not whoop this child from Jump Street?
That part, I did have an issue with that one, Nicole. I was just like, this is awkward.
Wow.
Nicole.
She's not lying.
I'm mad she beat me to it.
She's not lying.
And they named the award. That woke Obi up.
I'm glad. That's why I'm glad, Jay-Z. I was just like, no, take it off of that for a second and speak the truth, my friend. Go ahead, keep going.
And it gets covered, ladies and gentlemen.
And they didn't televise any of the rap categories, right?
They
not
don't.
one.
No,
they generally don't. And that's another thing that
how early was the Grammy? Because I saw it on Killer Mike's story at like 2 PM, and they were still going like at night.
You figure one they're in California.
Okay,
so, yeah, that's one thing.
3-hour difference depending on where you are.
Yeah. So 2, they're looking at network time, but they say they always do that. They've never televised the rap section.
He did, like,
for a couple of years. They did do it for a couple of years.
Yeah.
The
sun was up here still, and Mike already had all his Grammys shot and edited and cut on his phone and posted. But I'm seeing people on the red carpet arrive. I'm like, is it like 2 different shows going on?
They said that they did that in stages.
Mind you, Grammys used to be
like, they saw
longer.
Mike's message get out, and the whole ATL show is all right. Just.
It's almost the people in the South when watching the Grammys say, wait a minute, Killer Mike won something? Let's go back and let's tune into this and find out.
I don't know why they keep doing them like that. Because remember they did the what was it, the Hip Hop 50 at BET, and when Big Boy came on, ATL with the commercial.
Yeah.
That was still good and terrible.
So what are you telling me? So we got a couple trailers. We have a special one first though. This one actually caught my eye. This one is House of Ninjas.
Oh, yeah.
House of N-Birds.
最高の忍びは影となる。誰にも知られなくていい。でも俺たちがこの国を守ってるんだ。自分の信念を妨げる者が現れた時、切らなきゃいけない。お願いです。殺されて。新たな忍びの脅威が浮上した。任務に復帰してもらいたい。俺たちはもう普通の家族なんだ。その普通に家族は満足してるのか。家族のためにも忍びに戻るべき時だって。もう二度と家族を危険にさらすつもりはない。
私はこの国の未解決事件の裏に何かの組織がいると思ってる。
遊覧船の事件は知ってるだろう。おそらく新種の毒が使われている。何かを企んでいる。馬島が復活してる。力を合わせれば俺はこの国を誤った方向に導く腐った頭を変える。警察にも仲間が。俺のこともバレてた。家族のことも。
お前たちは忍びだ。正しい選択をしな。
我が家はみんな普通だ。
普通ね。
It's right around the
I'm
corner.
looking so forward to that.
Can I just say there's always that one character with no eyebrows. You can always rely on having that no eyebrow character, and they just look like, I don't like people. Well, that's why you're in the show.
I mean, it's basically Spy Family meets Ninja Assassin. I'm down.
That I was getting that one.
Fire though. Good grief.
They didn't slack on the fight scene, so I'm down.
Yeah. You just need that one dude that sounds like Nicki Minaj. You are Otsunu. You just need that guy.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't like Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Barbs can come at me all they want.
He said, "What are you going to do? Internet thug me?"
I feel like I'm getting
Barbie me to death.
The keyboard cripping and banned with bloods. I'm telling you, but I kind of get like Ninja Assassin vibes, but very much modern graphics. And apparently, a lot of people didn't like that film. I thought it was great back in the day.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Inside Obi's in the building. What's up?
Yeah.
He has risen.
Watching him ghost headbutt his dad. He's like, he keeps missing every time.
Oh no, he's connected a few times. He's learned the iron style apparently. I don't know where, but
iron style.
Well, it's a movie or a series that's dropping.
That's probably a series. That's a series.
Okay. I mean, I hope if it's a limited series, I hope we get a satisfying conclusion. If not, I hope they get renewed. It looks interesting enough as it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything that's dealing with ninjas, it gives me childhood. Modern ninjas, even more.
In February, they knew what they dropped this trailer for.
Because we run anime and kung fu, don't we? we run that film. Got another one. We were gonna wait to show this one. So this is
he always says that. He always says that
because I have been sitting on this one. I had
to the zombie apocalypse to show this. We're thinking we'll show it now. It's like,
that would take your mind off the impending doom, now wouldn't it?
I wouldn't leave my damn house. There you go.
See, that's the whole purpose. Hip hop story. Here we
go. And glory.
What? Home blue. Who's next? Give him the number one. The number one?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm one of the pioneers of hip-hop. We were living large.
I come out the house and I choke everybody on the block. I will write lyrics, bro.
If I tried to hand you this pen. Hip-hop, alive and well.
Hip-hop is dead. The game is trash right now. These whack MCs are brainwashing these kids. Everybody in the street doing this stupid doodle dance. What is that? Meanwhile, we got lyricists who built this, working at burger joints.
Papa's here.
Also,
I love hip-hop, but I hate rap.
They don't respect the OGs no more. Hey, get somebody taller to stock these Johns early.
We got to bring real hip-hop back. I'm in.
In one hand and right out the other.
Okay? What are you doing here, bro?
Hip-hop me.
Now you show up after all this time?
We got some white women with some really fat asses waiting for you.
Okay.
Hip-hop, a bebop, a wobbity bamboo.
Look at my shoes.
That's why I became the bond for us.
I slit my mom's throat with a pair of scissors.
God damn.
What the
What
did I just witness? I'm sorry.
Kira,
what did I just witness?
Hold on, doing Kira.
So I think this is the movie.
Yeah.
You know what?
This is the one we got a heads up about at DreamCon that we couldn't talk about. So
I can see why you didn't talk about it.
I mean, also a strike, but Tube Steak's in there somewhere.
I want to watch it. Just because you got Kanye looking like an NPC character.
It's definitely a self-funded spoof. He will make his money back on this.
Well, good. Enjoy that.
I mean,
won't get my
knowing what I
dollars.
know, knowing that it's a spoof, I'm fine with that.
But you know there's gonna be a few references to mumble rappers. I'm looking forward to it. Just
I want to know, will he reprise his impression of 50 Cent from the Boondocks?
Thugnificent?
Not Thugnificent.
Oh no, not Thugnificent.
The Soul Plane 2, the Blackjack. 50 Cent was
yeah.
Bar names and noblesse.
I stopped these tears.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm on. I mean, you had enough people to be in it. Clearly, they saw something, so it's worth the spin on a Saturday night if you burn through your back catalog. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'm definitely watching it. It's meant to be a spoof. So if you can't take a joke, then something's wrong with you.
At least he's somewhat diving into the hip hop culture. We see how the award shows feel about us.
Right. I mean, he does a spot on Jay-Z impression.
He does.
Sure does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Afion Krasik does it.
What's wrong,
damn
Kira?
Spot on.
What's wrong?
What?
What's wrong? What's wrong, Kira?
What?
You holding back on something?
I didn't say anything.
Speak your mind.
Praise you.
I have nothing. I really want to be a positive source of energy in this moment, and negativity has no place in my heart, and I want to keep it that way.
Okay, fair enough. I won't push, although your eyes were closed the entire time you were saying that. Hey, run the clip.
Okay, so
commercial.
I don't know who. Okay, so I think with the exception of Defari, we're familiar with the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah! This is the one I said we should do because we all have basically different perspectives of it. I've seen it a few times, and then
I was about to say, what the fuck is going on, my guy?
So
I got my tapes from the library, and then Apple TV was like, you know what? We're just gonna yank all of these. So
yeah, they did do that. So there's a particular scene in this Thanksgiving special where we see the only black kid in this town sitting
Franklin?
at the table. Yes, seeing Franklin sit at the table on the opposite side of the table. Now, man, mind you, he was probably thinking the same thing we was thinking. What the fuck is the popcorn and buttered toast
and pretzels
for Thanksgiving dinner? Because I don't know where Sally and Charlie's mama and daddy was at. These kids was home a lot by themselves. I don't get it. Latchkey kids. On Thanksgiving for no
Captain Fury, I need you to kick Mr. Mayhem out of the chat.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's a valid thought, but
really Pixie?
Yeah.
Of all people.
Of all people.
So hold on. Nah.
What the hell?
So
yo,
y'all would be surprised if they ain't have the little black boy walking around with a cloud of dirt around him all the time.
I need you to stop.
So why you gotta be Franklin of all people?
On the nose. So.
Franklin was the one. He was the smooth one. He had the dance moves because let's face it, they dance and they wasn't dancing like that. So
he was the one dapping. He was the one dapping up Charlie Brown in the dough.
Yeah.
I just want to also point out we wash our legs, so we would never. Okay.
Pigpen looks like he was rolled in dirt and then baked twice over.
Yeah.
That
man was a dingy baked Alaska. Okay?
If you seen Pootie Tang and you know who Dirty D is, that was Pigpen.
Post Malone.
Had I come across this special like again in my teenage or like adult years, I probably would have picked up on it more. But seeing that originally as a kid, I feel like you can kind of flash back to that moment and realize it ain't right. But I don't initially pick up on it. Same way, like watching those old
your black radar wasn't tuned in just yet. That's
was still developing. Whereas y'all were just like y'all were immediately like, "What the hell is this?" Same way, Same way with Tom and Jerry, because I grew up in southern country ass around people like that. So seeing somebody in the moon and all I hear see is her ankles, I didn't realize something was wrong until I got older and people spelled out to me what the whole mammy concept was.
Yeah.
It also didn't help that my babysitter at the time was named Sister Thomas.
Oh.
He was like,
Where are you from again, Sarai? Where are you from?
Florida.
Yeah. Okay.
It all adds up.
That's it.
Everything.
Around some country ass Florida people.
Oh.
Hearing somebody speak like that was not foreign to me. I didn't realize until I got elsewhere, and it was like, oh no, it's bad because of this and this and this, and I'm like, I get it now.
Don't feel bad, Tafari. Everybody sound like boss hog around me when I was growing up, so I can't say nothing.
It's hard to feel bad about something that you see all the time.
Right.
So here is the Welcome Home trailer. Welcome Home Franklin trailer. Come Apple TV.
Please.
Hi, I'm Franklin. I've lived in a lot of different places. My family is always on the move. This was it. Our new town. Do you want to have... Excuse me.
There he
Making
is.
new friends can be hard. I'm Franklin Armstrong. My name is Charlie Brown. The big soapbox derby race is coming to town. The winning team gets a trophy and free pizza for a whole year. What do you think, Charlie Brown? Partners? Partners. Hey, Franklin, what kind of music do you like? The godfather of soul, James Brown. You're not related, are you? I don't believe so.
Hold on. Did you notice the slight shade there? I'm just saying.
My grandpa always says you gotta want it to get it. Let's see what we can really do. Friendships are not perfect, but we can get through the rough spots together. A best friend is someone that you can totally trust. That always has your back. Hey, Franklin, we saved you a seat over here. You know you found your home when you're surrounded by good friends.
Will, you a fool.
Yeah.
He said, He said, who was the other brown kid? He said, who the fuck was the other brown
James
kid?
The James Brown thing was the shade.
Yeah.
The James Brown thing was the shade.
Yeah,
because he laughed. He knew what he was saying when he said it.
I hadn't seen the special in so
related?
I hadn't seen the special in so long, and I hadn't watched the full trailer yet until someone on Twitter was like, they finally letting Franklin sit with his white friends, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, because
it took Linus to say, no, get over here. Get over here.
It took the guy with the security blanket issues to sit there and say, I don't think we should have the only black guy sitting on your side of the table from us. Doesn't look like
Like the nerd of the group to invite you over. Here, let's get the nerd of the group to invite you over. Come on over. Thanks, guys.
Now let's put that. I ain't gonna put shade on Linus now. Linus had some skill with that blanket.
Nothing against Linus, man. Nothing against Linus, but I'm sorry.
He couldn't do shit with his sister, but everybody else with that blanket, it was a whole problem.
It's been 51 years since that dropped.
I think so.
Look,
I want to say it hasn't been 50 years.
It's been over 50 years. Yeah, it's been over 50 years.
It's crazy because I seen a post by Missy Elliott, and she did a post on IG, and she was saying she got all her outfits from all her videos, and she listed all the videos where she wore the outfits. Jesus Christ, they're all like 25 to 27 years old.
They pay tribute to Craig of the Creek now,
but that music still slaps.
You know what? Missy Elliott still fucking slaps.
You can still play Work It, and yet it still does better than 90% of most radio.
Virginia's finest.
She drives around, and she's around Portsmouth all the time. So
you can always teach somebody what Indian let me up means.
It's your privilege. Come on.
So yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize all this time until because I used to my library I used to get Peanuts tapes, but I would get Richard Scarry tapes and they would have the Peanuts promo on them, and I remember seeing like Great Pumpkin was probably the one I think I watched back the most, seen Thanksgiving, seen the Great River Raft Race or whatever it was called.
Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
That one.
That is my all-time favorite. Oh my
So
gosh.
for me, it was the Great Pumpkin. So I think the Thanksgiving one is the one I watched the least. But when you post that picture, it is familiar. Whereas my 5-year-old brain didn't immediately pick up on it. But now that I'm old, I'm just like, yeah, 50 years ago, why have y'all not like re-shot or re-edited? Were you even in the new Peanuts movie they dropped a couple years ago? that's like one of my favorites.
That was a long movie.
Yeah.
That was longer than I expected it to be.
Honestly, that one I like. That's one of my go-to. I have a bad day, cut it on, and turn my brain off movies.
There is so we don't have a lot of time for the main topic, but there is a thing, and you know, with Ladarrion being on and talking about Hollywood and everything else, we know they are running out of ideas. The rehashing of certain franchises.
Tell them the niggas from Avatar to stop doing fucking interviews. Like at this point, we're all hypnotized because there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Literally.
And we will not be getting a live action Leaves from the Vine. So that was one of the main things I was waiting on.
Damn, I was waiting for that.
Just you've done enough. At that point, it'd be like, look, nobody just don't talk.
You're giving more reason why the creators left. It's just like, just shut the fuck up and let this thing air.
Show me Iroh losing his kid already. We keep getting teased with it.
Right.
Oh God. So yeah, you're seeing you know, they're going forward with another Pirates movie, which okay, but
is it okay?
We don't.
At this point, unless like Sora and the gang is jumping in, why?
I mean, our girl is Ayo Itibiri is they're looking at a gang of female pirates, and
I want to hope. I want to hope, but
leave us alone.
I knew they were going to start giving her roles the minute she won. I was just like, they're going to give this woman all the roles. By the way, funny as hell on Saturday Night Live, and she was never lying about J-Lo. She was never lying about J-Lo.
No, we all know.
We all know.
J-Lo knows too.
Wait, what is
it? On the show?
What is
so a while back, she said that J-Lo really can't sing. This is nothing. This is not knowledge we didn't have already.
As per Ashanti.
That's
you
not enough.
I mean,
she said her entire career is a scam.
Yes. Yes. She worked her ass being a fly girl. She worked her ass being a terrible actress. She worked her ass with Pro Tools. Oh,
and Diddy.
Well, Diddy was trying.
That one didn't age well.
It's trashy ass.
But Ayo's performance on SNL absolutely hilarious, absolutely funny. It's always, like I said, I only watch SNL when I know if it's a host I want to see. Yeah.
Why was Common on that stage with that woman? I fast forwarded when I saw that Common, the man that has been with. I just
breathe.
And I'm gonna put this out there for DC. Cornbread stealing Common. If you don't know, so there's a person. If you're wondering why I'm calling him Cornbread stealing Common, don't get me wrong. I like Common as an artist, but if you're wondering why I said Cornbread stealing Common, there's a movie that Keke Palmer did called Alice. DC seen this movie before I did. He said the whole premise of this movie was he couldn't tell if this movie was a time traveling movie or whatever, but the character of Alice was kept on a farm. And it comes to find out that this was during the 70s. So where this farm she was kept at, it was still treated like it was the 1800s. And she found her way off this farm. She ran off. And it's the 70s. And Common is an ex-Black Panther. And so he's helping Alice, get reacclimated. And she's going to go back and just kind of wreck shit. That it was building up to that. And just the way Common was acting, DC said, he comes off as the person like you had that piece of cornbread and then you left the room and then it's gone and then he's helping you look for it. He's like, "Oh, your cornbread missing?" Yeah, and he's the one that stole the cornbread the whole time. It was just the way he came off. So he calls him cornbread stealing common. But yeah, I don't know because they did that. Was it not last week, but the week before? Like Dave Chappelle was in the sign off, and I thought I missed something. I'm like, Chappelle wasn't even in the episode. He's at the sign off.
He just showed up like he just clocked it on shift. Like, what's up?
I don't know what's going on. So okay, whatever works, I guess. I don't know. So, but yeah, I don't understand this is why I'm glad we're getting stuff like Blurred Station. By the way, something big's coming for Blurred Station, and you'll be seeing more posts about Blurred Station, and you'll be seeing more posts about what this big teases are. If you have not signed up for Blurred Station, we implore you to go ahead and sign up. It's a streaming service, of course, being Black-owned. 2 days.
Price?
Will not be yesterday's price. It's $10.99, 36 months. You own a piece of the property once your 36 months is up. Your funding also helps to fund the live action series that are being shot, including issue 1 in Undead Horizon by Jarrell Patton. Shout out to Jarrell Patton. They are welcoming another baby girl.
Woo! Congrats.
Sir,
Stay off your wife, man.
In the words of Deadpool, your poor wife.
Hey, be fruitful and multiply. So I'm gonna take that to heart.
He can't complain. He's tired and he got all his work to do.
You wasn't tired for at least 15, 20 minutes, sir. I need you to leave that woman alone.
New snack bandit in the building. Loading. New characters. New characters soon to be unlocked.
So
brown chicken, brown cow, the snack bandits edition.
His wife shot a video and she was surprising him with the pregnancy. So he had his beats in his ear and then he had his earphones on as well. So he's trying to read her, do the lip read, and she shows him the pregnancy test, and then turns on. He's like, "These are pregnancy tests. Wait, you're pregnant? Wait, we just had this son. Wait." Yeah, it's just like, I'm like, yeah. So what happens, Jarrell? When two people love each other,
Yeah,
but congratulations. That is he's obviously a good family man. He's surrounded by women except for his only son. Poor soul.
Quick, form a tag team. Quick.
He's like Randall.
It's that.
Oh,
thing,
you can laugh, Spartan.
I can't. I'm in the same boat. I can't laugh at the man.
He's Sterling Cameron right now.
So,
yeah, you're having your in-home WrestleMania. Okay, I see how this works, sir.
But congratulations to Jarrell Patton. Sign up for Blurred Station. There's a lot of. I just revealed to the team what we're talking about. So, and we're not at privy to speak to the public just yet till the ink dries, because we're not going to just hilarious this thing.
I feel like that.
You're gonna beat me to the punch.
Yeah,
I feel like that was bait.
However you want to look at it.
You see how they had all the dishes ready for the promo clip, and I'm like, you got those in a week.
Oh yeah, I mean ice cream after this is all done. I need.
I mean, they did learn.
That was almost a spit take. Thanks a lot, Navy.
Care to join me? I mean,
what?
I'm having ice cream afterwards. Care to join me?
No, I'm lactose intolerant. I'm minding my business over here. I'm minding my business.
Maybe you can stay in your bunk and deal with that noise. So
First of all,
we don't need a replay of the 1930s in Germany. I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness. But I don't
I got
really
Dormammu.
see,
I don't even care anymore.
I don't see the purpose in. There's some films or franchises I don't mind. James Bond, for example, I don't mind watching James Bond films. they don't come out like frequent like Fast X or any, you know. Thanks for Fast X. Thanks for Fast X though, you know. Momoa.
Don't
So
look.
Jason Momoa did save that movie though.
he did save that movie. Like if he saved that movie, I'm not gonna lie.
I see why Vin Diesel's mad.
Save the damn DVD set.
Family. Shut up.
He pretty much took your family and just shat on it. But I'm like, hey, but he made that 2 hours worth watching.
Yeah. I'm like, I liked his flair. What else can he do? You know?
Did anybody pick that up at home? Because at Walmart, I forced that in my cart.
I caught it on Prime.
I went to the C's.
I ordered Oppenheimer because they had like a collector's edition, and every time they ran out, they said we swapped it out with something you might like, and it was Fast X 3 different times.
People,
Water Daddy saves the day. Stop doing this.
I love our comment section. I wish I could wish I could do the IG section like that, but I love the comment section. That's why you go to the YouTube channel and show your love over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need another Pirates. I don't.
Where can it
Oh, that's
go?
where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah,
no Pirates.
It's fine. Like Johnny Depp's is okay. It's fine, but I really don't need it. There's a time and a place, right?
You beat a dead horse. What other story can you tell about the Caribbean that you literally gave a beginning, a middle, and an end to, and now you want to go back to it?
You're like,
So
who else did Jack screw over? That's what I'm like. What spell did he break this time? You know,
it was like a throwback story to why he got the worst pirate title, but even then, it's just
when you offer Johnny Depp a 7-figure deal to come back after all the Amber Heard mess, and he turned around and said, "Nope." At that point, it should have been canceled credits. We'll throw that to the Disney vault. We'll bring that back out in 10 years and say there's a whole new Blu-ray with deleted scenes, additional commentary, and make money off of it. Let's do it that way.
borrow the CGI team because the 06 they was popping on at World's End. Just sprinkle them throughout the next couple of MCU movies.
Will
you need to
wrong
go.
as hell.
What? You
wrong as hell.
I'm glad you feel better, Will.
I could see it.
I'm glad
I
you feel
could
better.
see it, but
Just really, Will? Just yeah. That's,
Welcome to replay.
Will is on demon time right now. Just
yeah, they are. They're yeah. Like it was enough. I think what was the last one at World's End? Was
at World's End,
At World's End, yeah.
And that was just on the other night, and I'm just like, okay, you can literally stop it right here.
Please.
They tried to
Jack
do a little. I
and
think it was
Captain Kirk both had something in common. That's all I got.
Shatner. I mean,
by the way, did not know that was Paul McCartney playing Uncle Jack. I didn't know that. I figured it was a rock star, but I couldn't put my finger on who. So,
I'm sure I fell asleep during that part of the movie. I'm certain I fell asleep
I
during
was
that part.
laughing about Keith Richards being the oldest pirate. I'm like, this man has taken every drug known to man, and he has survived.
When the day comes where he meets his maker, and he's at the funeral, probably like, well, we don't need to do any embalming. He's done the job for us. He's like.
I'm like, does the Grim Reaper just come back to you and say, "Yeah, not yet"?
Listen, he's like, "Oh, not yet. Let's see where this goes."
No, he's like,
"Let's see where this goes."
It's literally going to be a case of he wants us to cremate him, but he won't burn. What the hell? He won't.
It already smells like embalming fluid every time.
Right. I mean, imagine giving him embalming fluid and he just drinks it and goes, "Eh."
I've had better. I mean,
bring me another.
So I don't know. I can deal with there's just certain franchises I don't really need a continuance of. Give me fresh stories. Thank you to Ladarrion Williams for doing Blood at the Root. Thank you to MVJ Comics for giving us the story of Toussaint Louverture. Thank you to people like Sister Sci-Fi or Wingless Comics. Shout out to Malachi Bailey with her. And just I'm glad we have a lot of Black indie creators, whether in comic form, whether it's in novel form. Shout out to Jason Michael Primrose, whether it's in film form or television or short film. Thank you, because we need more stories like that. We need something different. We don't need to see the same old. There's comfort films that I'll watch and I'm fine with that. But it's good to see another film or read another book from a different perspective, and it's something completely original. Like, you know, they keep saying Idris Elba, he should be the next James Bond. I'm glad he said no to that. We don't need the Black James Bond. We need our own Black super spy. It ain't got nothing to do with MI6 or anybody else or MI5.
He doesn't have to be British.
Doesn't even have to be British. Exactly.
I mean, it'd be cool if he was more of the Sierra Leone type for that smoothness to it, and just that they could have Afro beats. But that's just me.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Burna Boy could be on the soundtrack. I'm just saying that there's fire there.
I think Burna Boy needs to be on a lot of people's soundtrack.
Man.
So, with all of that, but tune into us Thursday, because I think Thursday is going to be our Black and Band. It's our free episode. It's going to be our free episode. We got to get we have a guest coming through, but it's just a guest. Laura is going to be popping through. I think we're going to do our Black and Band episode, because when you have stories like what Ladarrion has with Blood of the Root, makes me think of a little unknown pilot called A Little Bit Strange, who starred a very young Martin Lawrence.
Ooh, a little bit strange. Damn.
Go look that one up. That'll be fun.
That's gonna send them down the rabbit hole of TV pilots that never made it past 2 episodes. Actually, a little bit strange made it to 5. Strange made it to 5 episodes where got killed.
Malcolm and fucking Eddie.
That was the show.
That was the show.
That was the show.
It's tame as Blackish is for them to get one thrown in the vault.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about that Thursday, but until then,
wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
We are wrapping this up. Lady Mandalore, talk to the people.
Oh, that face! Oh my gosh, that face!
That's so cute. I am. I go down my Elmo rabbit hole too. Speaking of Elmo, leave Elmo alone. He did not need all that.
Elmo is all we got. He's all we got.
Y'all could have just paid the copay to go see your therapist. That's all
That
y'all.
boy, he got bombarded on Twitter and in real life from the top rope.
Man,
happy birthday.
We need to talk, Larry David. We need to talk.
Happy birthday.
He apologized. He did apologize. He said
Just some birthday punches. That's all.
Poor baby. But Lady Mandalore is also known as Roomful of Blurs. You can find me on these internets over on Instagram, on TikTok, and on randomly I'm back on Twitter for like 2 seconds. Not really.
I wonder why.
I get past that. Oh, yeah, Drake got that thing apparently. I'm not impressed. So I think that you should watch my podcast on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am in the middle of my Storm run, as it were, as we're reviewing the greatest moments of Storm. We're currently in the middle of the X-Men Red run. It is amazing.
Yep, already ready.
Yes. Yeah. I do voice acting. I do lots of things.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
She also
I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Right.
Yeah.
Tafari.
What's going on? I'm also on the internet. Here at all platforms. I do the editing and behind.
Bama. We're gonna get through one damn episode, Bama.
I think
You're not
that's
gonna find it, man. You're not gonna find it. They are acting up over there, and I had to log off to the Final Fantasy Let's Play today. Which
I think that's how Bama's gonna go out in life. That's gonna be the last said. That's gonna be the last words ever said. Just
Oh, my
I'm
God.
sorry, Bama. I'm sorry.
Sweet baby Jesus and the grown one too. Abbott Elementary's back soon, by the way. I do the editing and the behind the scenes work for Blurred's Eye View. So thank you all for who've been running up the clips and whatnot. I'm trying to upload every single day of Black History Month. We were at 2,200. We are closing in on 26. So a little over 400 hours to go, and we can monetize this thing and maybe stop being broke. But for now, please.
Bama is a bad influence on the comment section.
You can wait till I leave for this. Yeah. You can also find me on all platforms under the same name. I try to post every Monday because Mondays are terrible, and I try to make them less terrible, like this comment section.
I think we broke Chris. Chris is broken, y'all. Chris
It is also Black History Month, so be sure support a Black creator, support a Black cosplayer. We have a DLC day, so it's 29 days instead of 28. Support a Black-owned business. Thank you, Still Generic. My homies over in Philly for this. Algorithm has been playing nice with us for right now. Thank you to the people who've been showing us so much love in the comment section right now. On a serious note, before we
They have lost their minds over
before
that.
we get to that part of Black History Month where the algorithm starts sending us to people we don't care for, if we've said anything that's offended you or bothered you, we don't give a damn. We just want representation. We also would like reparations. We could be asking for revenge, so remember that.
Reparations, revenge will be the results. I don't care which one it is.
We're asking for two. We could easily switch to the third.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Not he stands on business.
They are out of control.
Stand on business. Oh my goodness.
Just wow. Just wow.
Christy, stop.
I'm off.
I am ignoring all the comments because I'm not gonna break.
I should have never looked right. That's my problem.
That's where
If
you
you try,
screw
if you
up.
try to look at the comments while you're doing this, you're gonna be laughing.
That's
Oh,
why I'm not even looking at him because good Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Dear sweet bast. Give me 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is your Frosty Beard of Blood Point here with the crew of all crews. Okay. We are on the Pantheon. We are looking down on the napkins, but we're looking at our equals and we are looking above to the blessings. So keep that in mind. You can find me here across all social media. I was smart. I changed it all. So yay to me.
It makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
It is.
It does.
My skin feels better. You know, I'm drinking water better. You know, it makes a difference. I just posted my latest video on YouTube. Is it okay to be a blurred? I'm answering a question from a good friend of mine. So if you really want to get a little introspect from my perspective, if it's okay to be a blurred or not, please go check it out. I would greatly appreciate that. I would love everyone to comment on that one. And really quick, I want to shout out my son. After talking to Ladarrion, I tend to forget at times my kids are very talented. My son is an author. He published 2 books already under it's called the Children of Taboo series. And I read his first book and it is amazing. And I really want to give it up to him because when I see Ladarrion and folks like him doing their thing, it reminds me that my son and my kids are following in that. So it makes me proud. So if you want to support, please support Black authors, especially Black fiction and fantasy authors. We get plenty of reality. Let's delve and get away from the BS and just be creative and imaginative. So that's all I got to say.
I know I shouted out several POC indie creatives during the episode, but I also want to shout out our very own Fabi Queen, Jasmine LaFleur. She's done this thing. Of course, we're Black Fabies. You know, you've been seeing this TikTok of course we're something. Of course we're something. Shout out to Queen Jasmine. She did a version of Course We're Black Fabies, and it's the sweetest thing. Jasmine's just a sweet woman. We love her to death. We will ride to war for this woman. if Lord Strife ain't in, he's going to be in front of the line. So shout out to Lord Strife. He will go to war for that woman. And we will stomp the yard for it. So shout out to Queen Jasmine. Shout out to Hellspawn Cosplay because he did one. Of course, he's a cosplay black dad, and he really goes into depth about it. And so that was really dope. So there are a lot of creators we shouted out today. Sister Sci-Fi, MVJ Comics, Ladarrion Williams, of course. The list goes on, and you will not ever stop hearing about these people and the other ones who get unsung. Wingless Comics, are another one, because I'm not celebrating for the month. I refuse. I celebrate for the year.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all and people that watch us and have been joining, that's how I get down. I yes, thank you for the flowers, but at the same time, I wouldn't be here finding you guys if you didn't have some of the great content that you have. So thank you for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, Mayhem, talk to the people.
Literal mayhem.
Hands up and off the keyboard and talk to the people.
This
Distract him now.
I did. Guess what? I did all of that without even having the comment section up. I said, let me get serious for a minute.
Titties. There we go.
I can say it because I have them, so I'm gonna say it all day.
I do too. I mean, right now I got
not the man meat. Wait a minute.
Pause.
Wait, put it down.
So much pause.
I'm molesting yourself.
That's a C cup man mound right there. That's a C cup man mound.
Oh God,
I'm watching this somewhere through your door. We love to miss you, by the way.
And if you like to see us live, ladies and gentlemen, no, go ahead, man.
I will be watching the Cinematic Assassin. You can find me at Mayhem Media. It's MAYEHEM Media. I mean, if you was in the comment section, you can find me acting a damn fool all over the internet. Don't matter what site you're on. I know I seem ill, and I am. So mental health is important, guys, really. So take your meds, take your PTO, take a deep breath, and go and tell somebody you love them. Okay, bye.
Or motorboat him.
Oh God, not you two.
What?
I'm glad I've mastered knowing where I'm at on camera, because I can just go, why are you like this?
Every single time, every show we get him.
I'm getting better. Y'all not going to do me like Usher when they thought he was in the middle of the damn square.
Wait, I will have you know, Mayhem, that day you took off, the week you took off, we still had Spartan come up here shaking his head after us. So we did the job for you.
We are proud of that achievement. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna go watch Bluey. This is.
I need to be cleansed. I'm going to watch.
I need to watch something wholesome after this, because how do we go from Drake to man boobs? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Look,
I'm during my whole Black History Month speech, I know how Martin Luther King felt in the Boondocks now.
I think I'm gonna get off here and go boo the Rock. There we go.
This what I slaved all them 8 hours for that white man for.
This is why I cannot be watching. You ever seen told me the Boondocks was doing live on YouTube?
It's been running for 3 days. I low-key think Adult Swim forgot to turn it off.
Oh, they probably, the last guy probably sit there and closed the door and shit and kept the lights running. But anyway,
look, before I went live, I was watching the R. Kelly episode, and I'm like, yo, I forgot about this one.
Are you gonna stand there? You gonna stand there and let a man pee on you, or you gonna move out the way? I see pee. I'ma move out the way.
Oh man! Shout out to
dear
Carl
God.
Jones and that crazy crew over there. My goodness,
dear Lord. Okay, I'm going to private jacket. So
what you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do?
That's what I should have did. Damn private jet.
I smell new kicks. I'm sorry. Anyway, dear God, Black Spartan, otherwise known as Black Fox 447 on the socials, doing reviews on everything, including gym stuff, because after watching man boobs over there. I feel like I need to go back and do another couple push-ups because that made me extremely self-conscious. Thanks, Will.
The gentleman of the motorboat club. Huh.
Just
wow.
I just feel like I gotta go do push-ups after I saw that. Like, I'm looking down at my chest, like, nope, that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna be that dad. That being said, a couple of podcasts I usually do. My How the Fuck Got Here is my news podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And of course, my video game podcast, Give It Podcast, every Friday at 7 p.m. Also, check out the blerdseyeView.org website as I do call writing for wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Because the Royal Rumble was a disappointment and Elimination Chambers look like the same thing. And oh, by the way, The Rock's back. And everybody hates him. So interesting.
We will talk about that later. We will talk about that much later.
Oh yeah, it's
I'm still drinking after that.
It's a fun time in the world of sports entertainment. Also, guys, like we keep on saying before, unity is everything. I say this here and everywhere else. I cannot wait for the day where we can all pull an Issa Rae and say, you know what? We need to build our own table. We need to come together. We need to bring our own resources together. We need to basically be our own power base, if you will. We basically need to be the crew in real life. Outside of, Storm and Black Panther and Luke Cage, we actually can do it. With that being said, guys, just the way we've been saying before, just don't share it, talk about it. Word of mouth is the greatest word of mouth is the greatest weapon we have against the algorithm, as Kira likes to say, F the algorithm. Aside from that, guys, cons still going down, but again, respect the cosplayer at all times. Please wash your ass before you go anywhere. And I mean, not just to a con, but anywhere. I walked past a couple of people today that just made me wonder, do they just not like bathing? Because you pretty much are the pig pens of the world, and soap could help you. Soap could help you so fucking much. That also being said, guys, the last thing I'll sit there and say is, in a world that we're living in, as cold as it is, be nice, be kind, don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
All right. As I come down off the wild comment section for tonight,
he gets the cool down period. Anybody from Kevin on Stage's crew is still here. Sorry, and thank y'all.
Oh, they're probably in love with this. We're funny as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been getting a damn class emoji for like 6 hours now. I don't know what it means.
They're getting that work from us. So come on, Blue. We'll have you on. Or
behave. We'll try.
We'll behave. However, if you would like to see us live at your local convention, talk to the convention owners. Say, hey, why don't you reach out to this crew and have them out there? We're fun. Y'all know it. Just don't bring liquor into the mix, because then it's a different party. Then it's Blerd's Eye View After Dark. So
moonshine and Merlot.
Anyway,
poison.
I'll take the moonshine over that crap.
Or sticking cocaine.
You would probably be better off. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on the IG channel, on the YouTube channel, on Twitch. Show your love. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Shout out to the comment section. Good Lord, y'all never disappoint. Bama, I blame you for that one.
Bama was the catalyst, the whole goddamn
and then he turns around and says, I regret nothing. I know you don't.
Saying you're a guy today, but go on X if you want to. It's a dangerous game.
Right. Yes. So shout out to our guest, Ladarrion Williams. Go show your support. It's Ladarrion on IG. Go to Facebook. Look up Blood at the Root. It's really dope. Get that book. Get that pre-ordered book. That book drops in May. Is it May? He said, yeah. Yeah, May. Drops in May. If you want to see fantasy, Black Boy Joy, your heritage and all that stuff, like you like reading Harry Potter, then you need to go get Blood at the Root. You need to go check that out and show your support for that. You can check us out wherever you listen to your podcast. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. No Facebook. YouTube, Twitch, and IG. YouTube, Twitch, and IG. You can also catch us on Always Press Record TV. That's APR TV on Roku and Amazon devices. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. Chris Fury, this is the crew. And the comment section. You rapscallions. But I like it. We are an army. We are a legion. Boy, I love this.
I'm the youngest one here, so I'm the baby of the group, by the way.
Is that's what you're gonna go with?
That's what you're gonna go with.
Just as she does that over my head, I just want everybody to remember I was born in '95.
What means nothing?
I need an adult.
Oh boy.
That just means that you're the product of was it Freaknik? You're good.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was the product of a work study program. That's
what they call it now. Anyway, check us out Thursday, 8 p.m. We're doing Black and Band. You want to tune in and give your support, of course. Jump in the comment section. Talk about some shows or some books that are Black and Band. And whether it's comics, whether it's novels, whether it's a TV show or a movie. Let's talk about it. Until then, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and entertain yourself and others. I got it. All right.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
Right.
With that being said,
in case you didn't know it, it is Black History Month, the shortest month of the year.
I'm just saying.
With the DLC day.
Yeah. Right. So as you see, we celebrate 366 this year. You just gave us an extra year. That's an extra day. So thank you very much. Until then, we're out of here.